Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, if you've been following the news, you know Brazil is suffering the worst flooding in recorded history. A local business owner who's from Brazil is here in the studio. She's going to tell you how you can get involved in a fundraising relief effort. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I'm sure you've seen the flooding on the news in Brazil, worst in recorded history. For many of us, we don't know people from Brazil. We see that as somebody else's problem. But Alda Boiani is in studio right now, and it couldn't hit more close to home than it has for you. Your whole family is from Brazil.
Yes.
So this is 2 weeks ago. Did you get a phone call? How did you know?
I have a contact. All my family is there, so we keep a contact. And then for 2 weeks, I will not be able to talk to nobody. So one sister only. So it was a little scary because you don't know what happened. So no communication. They didn't have electricity, water, no communication at all. So for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, I had only one person that I couldn't talk, but she was not be able to go nowhere because no bridges, no way to go, you know. So the water took everything.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. And unlike in America, where many people have insurance, there is no insurance for this.
No, they never prepared for that because it never happened. So most of the places, it never happened. So they are not prepared for insurance. And I don't think they even offer that kind of insurance in Brazil, especially in that area.
Sure. Okay, more with Alda in a second. We found a nice piece from the BBC. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Well, further bad weather is hampering rescue efforts in southern Brazil, where flooding has left vast areas underwater. In the 3 weeks since the storms first hit the state of Rio Grande do Sul, at least 150 people have died and 600,000 have been forced to leave their homes. Our South America correspondent Ione Wells has this report.
The roads that connect these cities that hold people's homes, some now entirely underwater. Helicopters are the only way to reach some people who need help. This woman had a stroke, but ambulances would not be able to get her to hospital in time. She lives near a lake that has flooded the surrounding roads. Even by helicopter, we arrive hours later than needed after a stroke. These rescues are not without their risks. As we fly back, the weather turns bad. Visibility is poor. Rescue flights are called off for the day. The aim is to get people to safety. About 6,000 people are now living in this university sports hall that has been converted into a shelter.
People here are coming to terms with having lost everything. They don't know when they'll be able to return home, if they'll have a home to go back to, and some are fearful about going back to a place that they worry could flood again.
Albertina is here with her husband, sons and grandchildren after being rescued from their flooded home.
50 helicopters passed by and none of them stopped. Then it started to rain. My son, who is here, he was at the window shouting that his father was old and couldn't walk. And then a boat came and picked us up. I came with just these clothes on my body. I was very sad, really sad. I didn't even sleep 5 nights. But after I saw that, it seems like everyone is going to help us. So I think I'm not worried anymore. I'm really not.
Hope is what Albertina holds on to. Hope of soon returning home. Looking down on her flooded city, that seems a distant prospect. Ione Wells, BBC News, in Porto Alegre, Brazil.
And we should point out that some of the numbers in that report don't really account for all the deaths.
Yeah.
So what is that like to watch that on TV?
This is what we saw now is just big city. Small city even worse because the biggest city it was water, and the small city it was not only water, it was mud and trees coming to the houses. And I spent the days just looking at that and what do we be able to see it. It was really, really different. So something, we can't even say about it because we can't explain what it was. And so a small town like that I'm trying to help, my town that Encantado or Rio de Mayo, my sister has a business there. Streets are completely gone. All houses is gone, so it's nothing there. So they wash it up, everything. So.
Yes. We've got some more video that we're going to show you. Let's go ahead and roll that. And as we're looking at this is just a store owner, and I'm assuming that's in a larger city. But so is some of the relief going to the big cities and ignoring the small towns?
Yeah, the small town now is coming water, food, and clothes, but they need the money to start it. That is the more important because the food is going there now. They bring. But they need a different help to start it. What are they going to start it? Most of people doesn't have houses. I don't know the news, but the small town, half of the towns or more, they don't have houses anymore.
Yes.
So what I saw that 500,000 people, they don't have home anymore. They're all gone.
Absolutely devastating. We want to talk a little bit about the 12 Cuts fundraising effort. And up on the screen, let's go ahead and put an Instagram post because you're really trying to get some money right into the hands of the people who need it most. Yes. Do you want to talk a little bit about what 12 Cuts is doing?
So what are we doing? We have found me some money. People can send it right away. So I'm sending to Brazil. I already sent some. And those pictures, that is real. That I'm sending that. This is my family business and my family houses that is gone. And also on the 30th, May 30th, so every sale that is going to be at the restaurant 12 Cuts is going to be sent to the families, my family, my town, to help most of business and the houses. Because if you help a business started to open. So you started the economy, people started to work and then because all business is gone right now. So we had to kind of help a little bit in the business.
Yes.
If you have a help business, you help the community, and because they have a food, they have a water, and they have clothes right now, but they need to work. And business needed to come back.
Absolutely. Well, I applaud you for what you're doing because I can only imagine the helplessness. You want to help your family, you want to help other friends who are still living there. In the minute or so we have left, go ahead and look into the camera on the left and remind people about that opportunity to support them on May 30th.
Yeah, so we invited people to come to dine at the restaurant. So we have a regular menu, all food and drinks, everything we sell for that day is going to be sent to people in Brazil. So, and I focus more on the Encantado, my city, and Rio de Mayo, that it was very bad. Yes. There was one of the worst cases they have it, so. And this is the best way to help and send some money for them to start over.
Absolutely. Alda, thank you so much for what you're doing. And, our hearts break for your homeland. And, of course, please visit 12 Cuts on the 30th and do what you can. We're going to end with the website, which is 12cutssteakhouse.com. Alda, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.